Hey, what's going on? It's Dan Maya 305, and I want to welcome you. And if you like this video, I want you to subscribe to my channel, and I want you to like it. Once again, today we are talking about the important topic of buyer representative agreements. Based on the new NAR settlement, which basically very large lawsuit that has captivated different areas of the nation, specifically Florida, where I am in, is affected, and as a result, you will now, in most houses, you will need to sign a buyer representative agreement prior to doing anything with a realtor. So prior to you ever being shown a house, taken to a house, shown houses in the MLS or otherwise, you're going to need to sign a buyer representative agreement, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. What does that mean? Exclusive means you're going to use this realtor for your whole entire house hunting, regardless of what it is. You are signing an exclusive agreement with him. So even if you find a house and they represent you, you are paying that realtor a fee based on whatever you agree upon, whether 1%, 2%, 3%, or a flat fee. Non-exclusive may be you found a realtor, say in Zillow, and you're going to use them for the purchase of this house only. But say you found another house, you'll use another realtor for that, and you'll need to sign another realtor. Come August 17th, this is the new way of doing real estate. It is completely changed. You definitely want to pay attention. The buyer agreements are something that have to be in hand for your buyer representative to not only represent you, but ultimately for him to get paid at the end is the only way he'll be able to have to turn this into the title company. But there's more to this. In certain houses, the real estate listing agent may, and that particular seller may be offering buyer compensation. So you're going to need to call every specific listing, and you might not have to pay your buyer representative because that person may be compensated already by the seller. So every single house that you have a list of 15 houses you want to see, you might want to navigate away from the houses that are not offering buyer representative, buyer compensation, because you have to pay for it. Regardless, and with this new agreement, there's going to be retainers that are going to be obtained. In the office now, I'm in Miami Beach in the Coldwell Banker. People are bringing in retainers already, and the retainer agreements are for the amount of time that a realtor is going to spend in anticipation to provide you the necessary information. And you got to understand, what are you paying for here? Because people say, oh, you don't need a realtor. What do you need him for? You're just giving him money and he doesn't do anything. That's not true. And that's absolutely the biggest falsity and ridiculous statement I've ever heard. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of times that you walk into a deal and you're walking into a time bomb. And I mean, why? The realtor is going to guide you. Number one, you need to do proper home inspection. Do you know home inspector? What are you going to do? Go to Google? Realtor probably has an association, already has a list of people he trusts who are going to look. Do you know if the house has cast iron plumbing? Because if it does, it's going to probably need to be ripped up. Or is it PVC? Is it PVC in the bottom and cast iron in the bottom? Because the only way you're going to know that is if you put a camera in the bottom. That value, that information, are you looking at an older model home or are you looking at new construction? How's the builder? Do they build off a spec or do they custom home the build? These are the things that a realtor who knows what they're talking about is going to be able to guide you. In the town you're moving to, has there been different things that are going to affect basically, how can I say, your emotional well-being in terms of you and your family being in a certain town that you may not want to be in, and you're looking at that town, you're looking at that neighborhood, it may not be the right fit. Realtor may guide you away because they may guide you to a right area where it might work for you. A right home. Is there a landfill problem? These are the things that a realtor is going to be able to tell you based on looking at the MLS, looking at that it was listed before. Zillow is not an all information. It lacks a lot of information, and people look at it like if it's king, and it's not. It's far from it. What you're also paying for is the value of the negotiated skills, that the mastery of negotiated skills that I have taken to benefit you in negotiation, and now more after the settlements. Think about it, because now the seller is not going to have to pay the commission to the buyer. You are. And in many cases, if you want that home, you're going to have to come to a negotiated rate. So you know what? Make me earn every penny there is. Make me earn it. Because I want it. I want the challenge to earn your business. I want to be able to show you the amount of houses that need to, because this is a large purchase. This is probably the biggest purchase you're going to make in your whole life. And guess what? If I got to show you 15 houses in 20, that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do with a straight face, and you got to love what you're going to buy. This isn't a onesie twosie. This isn't a car loan that you can get out and you can flip the car in 2-3 years. This is not it. Yes, you can ultimately sell the house, but guess what? You sell that house probably within 5 years. You aren't going to always have a COVID event that your house appreciates 50% from one year to the other. So you know what? Your average appreciation is anywhere between 8 to 12% a year. You might take a loss that first year, second year, and if you don't like it, that's where I guide you. That's where we look for the fit. That's where we make sure that not only are you getting the right financing, is it the right fit? Is it the right home? Is new construction better? I mean, sometimes because of the issues that exist, I may guide you to new construction. I may guide you to a great spec home because maybe the spec works for you. And people say, oh, but you know, this builder and that builder and this builder are all cookie cutters. That's not true. Some are and some are not. We got to go through them. I'll tell you the ones that are. And guess what? The beautiful thing of a new construction is you don't have to pay me anything. I guide you. I walk you in. I walk all these model homes with you. And guess what? I help you pick it, and I tell you the benefit of each community. That's the benefit of somebody who knows what they're talking about, who has, number one, who has a rapport with the builder, who understands each one of those salesmen. And I'm coming in with an agent that I'm coming in already as an agent with the knowledge of the community, of the model homes. I'm going to tell you this model home works, this model homes, the same way that somebody who is going to sell you whatever the product is understands the product being a new construction model home. So, and that might be the direction to go with now with all the changes. Or it might be the direction that you find something great that's that might be an older home that you want to break the bones, that has great bones, and you want to gut it and do all kinds of things, and we negotiate the great price. But come August 17th, the new way of real estate is coming. It's here. Forget about it. It's here already, but it goes into effect August 17th. It is a new way of doing business. There's so many different things, and you really need to have a buyer representative that's taken the courses, that is sat with the free courses that they take. Because if they tell you, oh, I haven't taken it because I don't have it. No. Listen, they're hitting every one of these buyer agents, and they're hitting everybody with these courses over and over again. It is a requirement moving forward in Florida. If you are going to represent somebody, you need to have a buyer agreement set in place. It is set in stone. It is no longer, left out in the stone. It is potential because say you're buying a $500,000 home and you agree upon 3%. Well, that's $15,000. That's $15,000, and that's something to think about. And I want to earn those $15,000 from you. I want to earn that business, whatever it is. And I'm not saying that's what it's going to be, but I'm just giving you a number. And I'm hearing all kinds of things, anywhere between 1% and 3%. And I'm also hearing flat fees, and I'm hearing retainers. And if you don't think, listen, it's here. And people are agreeing upon it, and things have changed. And this arrangement is affecting now the buyers who ultimately are responsible to pay for their own agent. It's a level playing field. So now I do represent you, not only figuratively, but based on, I want to earn that fee that ultimately you're going to be paying for. Dan Maya, 305. Follow me. I'm going to have a lot more into this subject. A lot of things are going to happen from here to August 17th. And I want to fill you in with all the information going on. Take care.